Joining us now, the ER doctor who posted that Facebook plea that you just saw, emergency physician with UMass, Dr. Josh Lerner. He's there at his home in Massachusetts. And Dr. Lerner, first and foremost, thank you to you, everybody in the medical field, in whatever capacity, for what you are doing. Your Facebook post really struck a chord with a lot of people. Dwindling supplies. Can you tell us what the situation is now like where you are?
Sure. Thank you for having me. Right now, I think in my ER, we're sort of seeing a little bit of the calm before the storm. Our total volume is down, but we are seeing the acute respiratory cases coming in. In terms of supply, we are doing our best to start to try to ration the N95 masks, which is probably one of the more important pieces of PPE. We still have them, but the supply is definitely getting low. We have been asked to reuse masks if we can, to be sort of aware of not trying to just do a one and done, throw them away once we've used them. So while we still have the N95s, the supply is definitely getting low.
How long before you run out?
That's unclear. I think it really also depends too on sort of the volume that we see in the ER. I think something to keep in mind is that for any one patient, there are multiple healthcare workers who are at the bedside. Each of them need the PPE N95 masks, gowns, gloves, face shields. And so for any one patient, we could be talking about many supplies being used at any one time at the bedside. And so at this moment, I don't know how many more days of supplies we have, but we are sort of using them as judiciously as possible.
I know you're doing the very best that you can. We heard yesterday from the Surgeon General, who said that he had a message for everybody like yourself on the front line, saying that we hear you. Do you feel heard? And what can politicians, business leaders, everyday citizens do in this fight for you?
Yeah. First of all, I think we do feel heard. Since that post went out, people have been showing up in our ER, donating whatever they have. People have been making masks. This is a mask that someone made and dropped off at our ER. People are dropping off food, any type of personal protective equipment. Painters, contractors are giving us their supplies. A neighbor of mine dropped off a box of N95 masks this morning, left it on my porch. So we are being heard by the American people. I would ask that the people in government, our leaders, work together instead of continuing to try and quote-unquote debate with one another. We should be working together to really mobilize as an entire nation to both produce the PPE that we need, to shuttle resources into research and development of treatments and vaccines. We as an entire nation need to come together to fight this.
Well said, Dr. Lerner. Thank you so much. You have wonderful neighbors, and again, we appreciate the work that you're doing and glad that you're getting a little bit of rest there at home before you go back to work. Thank you for joining us, Doctor. Be well.
Thank you very much for having me.
You got it. George.
Hey, Rob,